I'm wondering how you would describe your relationship to money. Have you ever said to yourself or to a friend, money shouldn't matter or money doesn't matter? If you said that to a child or to a close friend or to a loved one, would they be magnetized to you? Would they want to spend time around you? Have you been worrying about the economy, about whether or not your business is doomed, your potential for success is doomed due to our current economy or our current health crisis, or any of the number of other difficult circumstances that we're all navigating? If somebody told you that your success was 100% dependent upon external circumstances rather than the power that you have within you, how would you feel? The challenge that we are facing is that if you are a sensitive, creative, intuitive female entrepreneur, you have probably at some point struggled with money, right? Most of us have. I don't know anybody who hasn't. So if you're somebody who is always worrying about money, who feels like maybe a prisoner to beliefs and stories that really were never your own, that you can't quite put your finger on, or who worries about whether money will be there for you when you truly need it, then understand that all of those experiences really profoundly impact our ability to bring our most innovative, creative, inspired self to our business. Being in a state of constant anxiety about money or anything else actually shuts down our cognitive pathways. So it literally inhibits our ability to really shine our light and, again, bring our most creative, innovative self to the table. Um, I'm Michelle Atlas, and I empower intuitive, sensitive, creative female entrepreneurs to reclaim their self-trust so that they can create change that they did not think possible in their relationship to money and their businesses and themselves. And my story is that I had a very restrictive mother. I grew up with a mother who said no to every desire, every request that I had, and I was a very artistic, visual child, so I loved beautiful things. And her sort of denial around all of that left me feeling really confused about desire, and left me, I sort of converted her sort of negative messaging into a belief that I didn't deserve anything. And so when I grew up, fast forward many years ahead, I found myself with wonderful credit and a bunch of credit cards, newly divorced, and I discovered the art of shopping to fill a void. And so what would happen for me was that every time I purchased something beautiful, whether I could afford it or not, I would have an experience of nurturance and safety and love, all the feelings that I didn't get growing up with such a restrictive mother. So it was difficult to stop. Even when I found myself accruing debt and I started to experience self-loathing and horrible critical feelings towards myself, it was really challenging. I tried reading the books of great money gurus and, trying all kinds of practical tips and tools, which the marketplace abounds with, but nothing was sustainable for me. And the reason for that was because we all have emotional drivers, this whole sort of world behind the scenes that, in our subconscious, that includes our feelings about ourself and our feelings about money. And when that's driving our money decisions and ultimately our results, it's very difficult to make sustainable changes until we shine a spotlight back into those areas and really see what's going on so we can make conscious, empowered changes. And so what happened for me was that I was blessed to bump into the work of Kendall Summerhawk, the money archetype work, which I have been certified in and working with my clients with for years now. What happened was when I learned my money archetype, my particular money personality profile, I had a profound breakthrough. And what happened for me was that I had a very deep experience, very visceral, deep experience of self-forgiveness for all of the money behaviors that created outcomes I wasn't happy with. And I was able to experience that self-forgiveness and that release because I saw my money nature, according to the particular archetypes in my profile, was radically different from my mother's. And so all those years I was struggling, I was really following somebody else's list of shoulds, trying to fit a square peg in a round hole, and it was just not working. So if you're somebody who's been struggling and struggling and trying to follow somebody else's list of shoulds, not understanding your money nature, you might even feel like more of a failure than you did before you tried to empower your relationship to money. What happened for me after my experience of self-forgiveness was that the very next time I went shopping, when I saw something beyond my means that I was drawn to, instead of purchasing it and receiving this experience of love and nurturance, when I considered purchasing it, I heard the words from in my core, I'm enough, just come up spontaneously, I'm enough. And when I heard those words, everything shifted and moved around inside. And I had this experience of love and nurturance and safety by not purchasing the item that was beyond my means rather than purchasing it for the first time in my life. So this was like a massive turnaround. It was very, very, very powerful. And it was sustainable. I mean, from that point on, it radically changed my relationship to shopping. Of course, it also changed all of my spending and saving habits, and of course, my bank account, my business, and really my relationship to where I get love, where I get fulfillment, how I go about that. And that's really the key. Because our relationship to money is about so much more than money. It's really important to understand this. Our relationship to money is, and particularly for women, we convert messaging about money into beliefs about our worth. The money story is really a worthiness story at the core. And so when we change and transform that, it changes everything. That's the beauty of it. And so I want to offer you an opportunity. I'm going to leave you with a couple of really key tips, and I want to offer you an opportunity to take my money archetype quiz so you can learn your money personality profile and begin playing to your gifts and strengths immediately. And I want to offer you an opportunity to do that for free. And then after you take that, I'm offering you a free 60-minute training called Crack Your Money Code from the Inside Out, where I will speak through each of the 8 money archetypes in detail. So you'll learn more detail about your money gifts and strengths, your money blind spots, and really your money soul lesson, that sort of core essential lesson that you'll be working with and navigating as you grow your business that you'll really want to be conscious of so you can make empowered choices and begin trusting your relationship to money and enjoying your relationship to money. So here are the link to join the free Facebook group, Diamonds in the Darkness, where both of those are, and you'll get access to them immediately, is below here. So please go ahead. I'm going to close with a couple of really important tips if you'd like to stay with me for a moment. The first is that money is neutral. We are the ones that impose all of the limits and the stories and ideas onto money. Money in and of itself is neutral. And so that's number one. Number two, I want to reiterate that the money story is a worthiness story. And so we need to really empower our relationship to our self-trust. And when we do that, it's a massive magnetizer. And again, it changes everything. And I go into more detail about all of that in the trainings in the Facebook group, the free trainings. The third thing I want to mention is that we all, again, have money gifts and strengths, and we all have money blind spots. And so if you are feeling like you're somebody who's really struggled with money and has felt inept with money, or just has felt kind of trapped and not really knowing how to change your experience with it, you're going to discover your nature, your money gifts and strengths, again, so that you can play to them right away. And it does begin to change everything. It's very powerful work. So go ahead and click the link below. I can't wait to get to know you better. You're going to find all kinds of free training, but you'll get to take the money archetype quiz right away, and you'll get to view the Crack Your Money Code from the Inside Out training right away. Bye for now.